Even Nick, congratulations on the win. Your team has given up a lot of big leads this year, but I don't think they've ever responded as well as they did tonight. Well, what did you see as a difference in that regard?
Well, I guess we just were playing, I think, for the most part, a lot harder, Doug, and doing things a lot better, right? I think that, and we didn't get discouraged. We just kind of kept doing it. We knew we had to play each possession a certain way, and we did that tonight. And I think that was, just enabled us to get back and get command of the game.
There were a couple of plays. I think Stanley made a big corner three, really well contested, and then OG had a steal and a run-out dunk. Those are the kind of tempo-changing plays you hadn't been getting all the time?
Yeah, those were big ones. I thought OG's corner. OG had a corner side step or two in there that I thought, really we hadn't scored in a bit. And that one kind of, I think, got the lid off the basket for us a little bit, so to speak. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much night and day, the effort defensively, and that's going to lead. Again, I just believe that when you're moving hard on defense, you're going to move hard on offense. It's going to help at the other end too. It helps pace of play, and we were certainly flying around tonight on D.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Have a safe trip up to see your old friend Nate.
Thanks, Doug.
Next question goes to Josh Lewinberg from TSN.
Hey, Nick. You were pretty clear before the game that the effort the other night was unacceptable. This is, for the most part, an experienced veteran group. Do you have to express that to them after the game and before the game tonight, or is that just something that you sense that these guys acknowledged, realized, and were ready to kind of bounce back from today?
I don't agree with you that it's an experienced veteran group, Josh. It's a young, very, very young team tonight.
Okay. Do you have to express that to them then? Or is that something that they?
Well, when we don't play well, we fix what we didn't like, Josh. Play better.
Okay. I asked you about Aaron the other day as well. It seems like he's starting to turn the corner a little bit in terms of his comfort level, especially on the defensive end. What did you make of the extended minutes that he gave you today?
Playing with a little more feel, confidence, and physicality. I think he's rebounding better, blocking out better.
Thanks, Nick.
Next question goes to Michael Grange from Sportsnet.
Hey, Nick, that stretch you had when the second unit went in the first quarter and the Heat started, the turnovers mounted up and the Heat started it looked like the game could have flipped, but, you kept the lead in double figures, sort of similar scenario to start the second half. How significant was that even as the offense stalled at times, the turnovers kind of got up there a little bit, you were able to, force them to miss on the other end?
Yeah, I think we would have had a really, really good offensive night, Mike, without all those turnovers. Right, we were really doing the right things and doing things well. just kind of some of them were just unforced errors on our part. I thought, a lot of them in a physical game like it was when you're driving, you kind of got to get back to a physical position. Usually that's 2 feet and down. And I thought we tried to kind of one leg a bunch through thinking we were going to get a call and end up kind of taking them out of bounds ourselves. That was probably one thing. And I thought we overlooked the high post pass like too long and maybe it needed to go a different angle up that, you know what I mean? Instead of the same guy, the guy was kind of open in there and we couldn't quite fit it in there and we tried to anyway, and it made it some tough catches. But again, I mean, I just, I think again, we were trying to do the right things and you're going to make some mistakes. And again, if you can play with that mindset of trying to do the right stuff on offense, okay, you can live through some turnovers, right? If you're making good reads and they're not costing you. Again, the only positive about some of those was we were taking them out of bounds. At least we were getting our defense back to get set.
But I mean, you got to be pleased when guys are making some mistakes, even if they're, like you say, mistakes of commission, I guess. And yet defensively, they're not dragging, they're not hanging,
Yeah.
they're bringing it back with the efforts on the other.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think you're right. I think a couple turnovers and we just pulled up our socks and started guarding again, and stayed with it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Nick. Have a good night.
You're welcome, Michael.
Next question goes to Aaron Rose from SI.com.
Hey, Nick. When you see your team play with the sort of effort that they played with tonight, does it make you pleased with the way they responded or more frustrated with sort of how the game was the other night because they didn't show that?
Well, I think it's a good 2-game, scenario that you got to learn the lesson. Right? In the NBA, if you don't come out and play, you're going to get beat. Happens all over the league. You can throw records out the window a lot. If you come out and don't play, you're going to get beat. And hopefully we learn the lesson. Again, that is very, very uncharacteristic of our guys the other night, especially considering about 7 of the last 8 games, the way we've played.
And then Norm seemed to play very well tonight. What did you think of him? And without rehashing the starter question again, do you think that there's something that he brings
Well, I think more of the starter thing. I think that's obviously a legitimate thing, but the first thing you gotta decide is who you're taking out, right? So there's always 2 parts to that equation. But the second thing is I think that's his second or third. I have to check it, 2 for sure, but I think all 3 when we were missing one of our other primary scorers. And I think that matters, right? Twice Kyle's out, he starts. Once Pascal's out, he starts. And he has really, really good games, all 3 of those, and gets off to a fast start. And then again, it becomes an opportunity. It's a different opportunity, right? The balls, all the balls that are flowing through Kyle, all of a sudden are flowing through Norm. He gets to get his confidence and gets touches and gets to get, feel in the ball and that really early in the game when that's the lineup. So it's tricky, man. That's how intricate it is, right?
Okay. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
Final question for you, Coach, is going to go to Eric Wilson from the Sports Arena.
Coach, I just want to ask you about this game tonight. You said in the pregame that you guys needed to play better, harder, have more speed, have more activity. Did you feel they accomplished those 4 things tonight?
100%, Eric. We were determined. We were fast. We were cutting. We were not giving up on plays on defense. We really made them fire it around, and every time they did, somebody was recovering to the man, especially late when it mattered. And that's what I always say. 4th quarter defense is really the most important. Very, very happy with the effort and speed of play tonight.